When you're supposed to.
Now we're on.
Okay. I'm ready to start.
Ready to start again.
Now what are we going to talk about?
I don't know.
Talk about it. I don't even remember the second half. I heard the first half and then it went blank, so I didn't remember the second half.
Guys, we did this podcast yesterday. 40 minutes of talking time, and after 12 minutes, the audio just like crapped out. It's there, but it's just not showing. Not listening, not hearing, not playing.
Not playing.
So we're doing it again for you. So you better listen to the whole damn thing. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Mom. All right.
My friend really likes that.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't need a jingle. That's our jingle.
Yeah.
We don't need a professionally recorded jingle.
No, my friend really likes that.
Yeah, it's good.
And then I was surprised that Kayla listens to us.
I know.
I get so surprised when people say, "Oh my god, I listen to you."
I know, but our plays have been increasing, so they have to be coming from somewhere.
I don't know where they're coming from, but hey, I'm grateful.
Yeah, same.
Thank you to all our listeners.
Yeah, thank you guys for listening.
I hope you guys are listening right to the end, because some stuff you'll miss at the end.
Yeah, some stuff.
Some stuff. You know, it's not all exciting at the beginning. It's more exciting as you go along.
Really,
Shut
Mom?
up, I'm thirsty.
Really?
My throat hurts.
Oh, God.
What do they call that?
ASMR.
ASMR.
No, ew, Mom. Ew.
Why'd you do that? Now I can't do it properly.
Yeah, don't drink any more water. You're supposed to drink before we start, Mother.
You know what, Evie?
What?
When are you going to, build a studio for me? Every other podcast, they have studios.
Mom.
They have podcast studios.
We're a traveling podcast.
That's true.
Would you rather be a traveling
I'd rather be
podcast or a studio podcast?
Traveling podcast.
We don't film anyways. If we film, maybe it would be beneficial to have a room as a studio, but we don't film.
No, we don't need a room as a studio. We're just
better.
We're just casual. We're like the cool
People
kids.
can hear the New York City in the background. Guys, we're in New York, by the way. If you didn't listen to the 12 minutes of our podcast, that is now deleted.
Did you delete it?
I'm going to, but when they're listening to this, it's
Why are you
going to be
gonna delete
deleted.
Why?
Because it's nonsense. We don't need it.
No, but that was good the first part.
No, we don't need it. We can talk about Joe Rogan again, okay?
I don't care about talking about Joe Rogan.
But that was the first part. There was no other conversation.
Yeah, it was
What, how I was day drunk yesterday at brunch?
No.
Then what else?
About the, are you okay with your...
That was all part of that 12 minutes?
Some of it. Yeah, that was in there too.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So I said, what are we going to talk about now? Or bring up the same conversation?
Well, first of all, let's talk about Joe Rogan.
Shocked?
My mom's shocked that Joe Rogan is aging and didn't know that he was the host of Fear Factor.
He looks like Pizza and Beer Boy now.
Okay, Mom, no.
Yeah, he does.
Some people say he looks better because he's bald.
No, he does not look better. No, I'm sorry. He's bagged. He works hard. Like you said, he works really hard.
Has he found love?
I don't know. I haven't researched. Do you want me to research him?
No.
Is he married?
No, just leave it alone.
What do you want?
I don't know. I'm just asking because if he's already found love, then who cares?
He's probably too busy working.
He's working and he's making that moolah, so who cares?
Wasn't he dating one of his contestants?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Anyways.
Or is that the guy from Survivor that was dating a contestant?
Don't know. Don't care.
So why'd you ask about his love life then?
I just asked because if he's in love, then who cares? He's not looking for somebody.
Oh,
so...
you mean because he looks bagged and Pizza Boy?
Yeah, because you think he looks bagged.
He looks like Pizza and Beer Boy.
So what? Maybe he is. He's having a good, happy, healthy lifestyle. He's happy. So? Eating pizza and beer. Leave him alone.
Man, I think it's pretty cool.
Leave him alone.
Every time I look at it, it's like, I'm shocked that that's him. Yeah. Bulked up, tatted up. And then you look at the old picture and you're going, it's a totally different person. Yeah, so he's really big on YouTube, really big on the podcast scene. Mm-hmm. He must have been doing it for a while.
I don't know.
Yeah. Anyways, besides Joe Rogan.
Nothing.
Now that we gave Joe Rogan a shout out, I think he should sponsor us.
So dumb.
You're so dumb.
You're so dumb.
You're so
I
dumb.
didn't say you're...
Stop
drinking water!
Shut up for a
No.
second. Keep talking
Stop.
and I'll hear it.
Stop! Mom, seriously!
Listen, you know what?
The rule was to drink before.
I think I should do a podcast with Joe Rogan.
I don't think so. Mm-hmm. The day that happens is the day I shave my head.
Be careful. Be careful. I could be doing a podcast with... Where is he based out of?
I don't know, Mom. I don't care about Joe Rogan.
But you brought him up.
Because it was from yesterday. That was our starter yesterday.
I didn't have to bring him up again today.
Yeah, I'm trying to start the
100 people already heard that.
podcast. 100 people did not hear it. Anyways,
Why you gotta cut it up
what
like
are we
that
gonna
for?
move on to then? So
What?
we're not gonna talk about how I got day drunk off of bottomless Bloody Marys.
You just
yesterday?
did.
And how I had to crutch up my 4th floor walk up,
Yep.
day drunk,
Yep.
borderline
You
day
didn't think
drunk.
about that.
I didn't.
Nope.
I was having a nice stroll in the wheelchair back home,
And then we reached the
and then we reached the
the
stairs,
and
and I
you're
was
going,
like,
uh-oh.
I forgot I had to do
Uh-oh.
this. Also,
Dumb.
I said, what did I say too before we started drinking bottomless Bloody Marys?
I don't know. What did you say?
I said Bloody Marys don't. I
Oh,
can
yeah,
get drunk off Bloody
yeah,
Marys.
You did say that to Kayla.
4 Bloody Marys later, I'm like, oh, I can get drunk off Bloody
Yeah,
Marys.
plus you only just had breakfast. You didn't have like
Yeah, but
absorbent food.
Bloody Marys are like all tomato juice. And
They
you
probably
forget
put
there's
a quarter
vodka
of
in
vodka
there.
in there.
I know, I'm just saying, you don't really taste the vodka. It tastes so spicy and delicious. And the olives, oh my god, they kept putting 3 olives.
You know that's
They were big, juicy olives, and I love them.
You know that's the family drink.
What do you mean?
On my dad's side,
Yeah?
that's what
Not Bloody Marys, Caesars.
Caesars. Well,
Caesars are better than Bloody Marys. I think we've already said that on the
yeah,
podcast.
that's their drink. That's
Caesars are the
all
Canadian
my
Bloody
cousins'
Mary.
drinks.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Usually when I go for brunch, I drink mimosas. But ever since one day, Mom, I hated Bloody Marys.
Yeah.
Ever since one day, I was craving a Bloody Mary
Really?
out of nowhere. And then ever since then, I've been drinking Bloody Marys ever since. It was at Fran's in Toronto.
Oh.
I remember exactly
died.
who I was with. I was hungover as shit.
Oh.
And all I wanted was a Bloody Mary. And I hated them before that day. So I was like, why am I craving a Bloody Mary? This makes no sense. Had one. Ever since then, love Bloody Marys. Well, Caesars. I had a Caesar.
Cat likes them too.
Yeah, I love them.
You
I
guys
love
all, so
the
you
mixture.
You guys would
I just
all
love the
it.
mixture of like sauerkraut, Worcestershire, like Clamato juice for the Caesars tastes so much better than tomato juice, but Bloody Marys are still good if you make them right. And then with the olives and the celery, oh, it's so
Has
good.
Kat ever made it for you?
No, only I've made my own. Remember when we used to buy
She makes a good one.
mix?
I like
Anyways,
hers.
yeah. So you can get drunk off Bloody Marys because there is vodka in them. Anyways, yeah, I used to be a mimosa person until I got into Bloody Marys, and now I'm just Bloody Marys.
It's in your blood.
It's good. Tomato juice is good for you too,
Caesars.
isn't it?
Yeah, it is actually.
Yeah, I'm sure the vodka's not. I'm sure that's not too bad of a drink, actually.
No, vodka's not bad.
But yeah, Caesars Bloody Marys are my drink. But when they make Bloody Marys bad, it's not good at all. It's like bad. It's either really good or like really bad. There's not like a meh Bloody Mary.
Okay, let's talk about Canadian bacon in the States.
Oh yeah, and then my mom ordered, eggs Benny, right?
Yeah.
Eggs
Always,
Benny
yeah.
with Canadian bacon.
Yeah,
And she
I got
got
all
it,
excited.
and it was ham.
it was ham.
And we showed the guy a picture of female bacon because
Yeah.
if you're American, Canadian bacon is back bacon. It's female bacon. That's
Right.
Canadian bacon.
Yep.
In
That's
Canada,
the three
at
names for it.
least.
Canadian bacon, back bacon, and
Female bacon. So I show this guy, our waiter, a picture of female bacon.
Yep.
And he brings my phone
the
to the
chef.
chef. And he goes, oh yeah, that's Irish bacon.
That's something
So-
like Irish bacon.
Yeah, so in the USA, they call Canadian bacon Irish bacon, and they call Canadian bacon ham.
Ham.
They call ham
Ham
Canadian bacon,
Yeah, that was ham.
which is super weird.
Total ham.
I'm sure it depends what place you go to, though. I don't think all of the USA is like that.
No, because I've seen Canadian bacon.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? Because they've
So-
had Canadian bacon sandwiches, and it's actually female bacon.
Yeah. Then they brought us
Hey,
samples.
what are you doing? Don't yawn.
I'm not yawning.
No, you busted me yesterday.
I just
man.
hiccuped.
No, you didn't.
I didn't
You
yawn.
yawned. No yawning.
No, I didn't yawn. I didn't yawn.
Give me that double shit that I can't
You
do. and
don't
yet
give me
you
that
can
double
do it.
shit.
No, you can
No,
do it
you.
and I can't do it.
No.
No, that's
No,
bullshit.
that's bullshit, okay?
Yeah, what does the podcast
You're
name
bullshit.
say?
Oh my god, Mom.
Yeah, right.
Exactly.
Exactly.
So what's your point?
Yeah, it doesn't say Evie anywhere there.
So
It
what's
says,
your
oh my God,
point?
Mom.
What's your point?
Anybody, you're replaceable. Anybody can say, oh my God, Mom. Okay?
You're so funny. Oh my god, you're so funny. Oh my god, do I have that kind of humor? Oh my god, you're
Here's
so
the
freaking
money.
funny. Anyways,
What were we talking about?
Canadian bacon.
No, what were we talking about after that?
We didn't move on.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm
We
sure.
were still talking about Canadian bacon?
Yeah.
I thought we moved on from that.
No, for 10 minutes we've been talking about Canadian bacon and Joe Rogan.
Oh, 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So 10 more minutes left.
No, we're not doing a 20-minute podcast. Okay,
It's a 20-minute
Mom,
podcast.
question.
What?
What do you think about this straw situation?
Love
Plastic and recycle or
Yeah,
cardboard straws.
I don't like the paper straws because I've had it. You saw it, right? A&W has the paper straws
cardboard.
now. It tastes funny in the mouth. I can't handle it.
But you just said you love it.
No. I would love to buy my own straws if I can find the collapsible ones. I don't mind.
Like a silver.
Yeah, the silver collapsible ones, right? So if I can find those that come in a case, I don't mind carrying it in my bag. I really don't, because
So you're not you support the no plastic
if they're
straw
going in the
movement?
oceans, man, they're destroying the oceans.
The turtles.
The oceans are so beautiful underground. We don't see, like, if anybody's out there, go look at ocean life, and it's being destroyed. We're destroying it.
Yeah, I know.
So no.
Well, eventually we're all gonna die because of our own demise.
Yeah. That's who's gonna kill. We're gonna kill the humans.
Yeah.
Humans are gonna kill the earth.
I wonder when humans are gonna be extinct.
I think they need to restart.
What?
The society's gone nuts. Society has gone mad. Human race needs to restart soon.
And how do you suppose that's gonna happen?
I have no idea. It just needs to restart because the
A
human
purge?
race has gone crazy. Yeah, we need a purge
Until the last one is standing, the
think
last
so.
woman and the last man,
they'll
so
have
they
to
can
find me.
procreate.
I don't know nowadays.
You're fucking weird.
Now it's a
That's the weirdest thing I've ever heard.
genderless society. So
Yeah, but it's maybe a genderless society, but there's still sexes that can procreate.
I would love
Mom.
to do a podcast at work.
So
about
until
the
there's a
genderless
last
societies.
penis and a last vagina standing.
There we go. You gotta say that.
You're
Yeah.
fucking weird. Anyways.
Society's gone crazy. Cuckoo,
All right,
cuckoo,
that was a cuckoo
like the
thing to
clock.
say. Cuckoo.
Yeah.
Are we done?
I think so. We're cuckooed out.
Okay, Mom, I do remember something that we talked about last night because I remember reading it off Twitter, remember? How to make a marriage work.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That was good part of the pod. That's the whole part that got erased.
Yeah, and more.
Yeah, and more.
Which we shall not speak about.
Okay, we won't.
You know,
repeat
there's
that.
a reason why that podcast
I know, motherfucker.
didn't go out.
such a
so
bitch.
we're not speaking about
Okay,
that.
you know what? You can't tell. There's a lot
What?
of people that listen to our podcast. We don't even know who listens to
I
it.
know. Who knew that Kayla was
I
listening?
know. And she goes, I love your podcast.
Or
What?
Randy. Or your
Randy,
coworker.
or my coworker.
I
Or
know.
probably. There's a few of them.
That's what I'm saying. I don't want a future husband. First of all, everything I say here is not black or white. There's gray areas. There's
I know, they might take
exceptions.
it the wrong way.
There's gray areas, exceptions. There's, you know, the heart wants what the heart wants. You never know what's gonna happen
That's what
when it
Selena
comes to
Gomez
love.
says.
This is just like an ideology without practice. This is like reading a textbook without applying what you're learning. You know, like I have no idea. Anyways, we're not going to get into that, but we are going to get into a thread that I read on Twitter. This guy and his wife have been together for a little bit, and they were sharing their, like, little tips for how their marriage works. And the number one thing he says, there's 6 of them, but he says that they focus more on being teammates and less on being soulmates. And
Yes.
that's their solid
Yes.
recipe for marital
Agree for that.
success. And I absolutely agree.
Totally agree with that.
Yeah.
Teammates are better than soulmates. Teammates will get...
No, you can be soulmates
still
and
be-
teammates,
Well,
but,
okay, but
if you're just focused on the
Can you
soulmate
tell me,
part,
what is the soulmate thing? Like, what does that mean?
what do you mean? Just like how well you connect and bond. It's about a bond, really.
Oh, okay. Is that
But-
what it means?
No, it doesn't mean that. There's way more to soulmates, Mom, and I'm
Oh.
not a soulmate expert. Fuck, I haven't even found my soulmate. Like, or have I? I don't know. You can be
Yeah, I
soulmates
know.
and not be lovers. You can be friends soulmates, like platonic soulmates.
Oh, okay.
There's many different types of soulmates. I don't know. Little
Okay.
Crunchy educates me on that sometimes. So I go to her if
Maybe
I
we
ask
should
if I
call her
want
in.
questions. But okay, so there's 6 things. He says, 1, no one should ever hear anything bad about your spouse from you. Like basically, if there's a problem, a flaw in your spouse's character, don't demean them to your friends or anybody else. Talk to them about it.
Right.
And no one else.
Yeah, I agree.
Like always know the difference and always discuss.
Yeah.
You
Never
know.
put each other down in front of anybody else.
Because it's one thing to joke with your friends about something trivial and quite another to demean your spouse's character. That's what he's saying.
Yeah, character,
So
exactly.
you can
Make it
joke,
clear.
oh, like,
Oh my
he's
God,
wearing
she
socks
saw-
with flip-flops.
There was this spot on the counter and they kept scrubbing it until...
Yeah,
you know,
like,
and then
that's
they realized
funny
it was
ass
the
shit.
sun.
Right. But
Right?
when you're saying, like, you know, he's a pathological liar.
Yeah.
Like, keep...
Or she's
like,
lazy, or
yeah,
he's
or
lazy.
or dumb, or whatever.
Yeah.
Talk to your spouse if you're having an issue. Okay, number 2, over-communicate.
Number 3?
This is number 2. We were just on number 1.
We were just on number 1? What was the number 1 before the number 1?
That wasn't the number 1. The
that was the
overall
start.
thing is
okay.
be teammates.
Oh, okay. Good.
So 1...
So these are things to help you to be teammates.
No one should ever hear anything bad about your spouse from you.
Totally agree.
2, over-communicate. You can't read another's mind. Never assume the person knows what you meant. Give each other the benefit of the doubt when miscommunications happen. Double check if necessary. Huge. Giving the other the benefit of the doubt, huge. Because if you're not, I think that there's a trust flaw there. Mm-hmm. If somebody tells you something, or you hear something, or they say something, give them the benefit of the doubt that they're either miscommunicating or something that was seen or overheard was misinterpreted.
Right.
And talk to your spouse, communicate with the person first, because I think that if you're not giving them the benefit of the doubt, then there's some lack of, you don't think they're as good of a person, or you don't trust them. Like, if you trust the person fully, there should never be no benefit of doubt. You know what I mean? Like, you should never... Like, if somebody murdered somebody, you'd have to be like, okay, there's obviously a good reason for them to do that. You know, you need to give them the benefit of the doubt if they did do that. Do you know what I mean? Does it make sense to you?
Yeah, until you went to the murder
Okay,
part.
oh my god. How does that not make sense to you, the murder part?
Yeah, there's
I'm saying as an ideology,
yes.
if you know that your spouse, it takes a lot for them to get angry, and you've heard that they've murdered somebody, give them the benefit of the doubt. Either they didn't, or they must have done something horrific to them, or to somebody that they love to murder them. That's what I'm saying. Give them the benefit of the doubt. Don't just say, don't just like fucking say, yeah, they're a piece of shit and they have an anger problem, and you know, like, there's some type of trust or love flaw, I think, if you're not giving them the benefit of the doubt. But also over communicate. Somebody could say something, do something, and you never know their intent or how they got to that conclusion. Right. And it's about understanding and not about attacking, basically. What I said yesterday, I said, you and your partner versus the problem, not you versus your partner.
Yeah, I was going to ask you to say that.
Yeah, don't, because that's manufactured.
What?
I hate manufactured bullshit, Mom.
What do you mean it's manufactured?
It's manufactured if you're, like, setting it up like, oh, what was that thing you said? Then no, I'm not going to say it. That's annoying.
You're annoying.
You're annoying.
No, I think that's a really good point, and I think you should share it.
Yeah, but it's manufactured. If you're, like, share it.
You're dumb.
And I'm not being preachy either. Shut up! You're dumb!
No,
stop calling me dumb! You know what? I wish the podcast was recorded yesterday, because yesterday my mom was like, oh, and parents, never call your children dumb in front of their friends or anybody else, because you know what? That gives blah, blah, blah. You call me dumb on the podcast 25,000 times.
To you.
No, there's a recording device right between us, Mom.
I know, I forget it's there.
Okay?
Like I'm having a conversation with you.
Wow, let's move on to number 3.
What's number 3?
Try new things together. Even if one of you is typically...
Do I have any inputs for number 2?
Even if over-communicate.
Okay.
What's your input?
Over-communicate.
See, you have no input. When I ask you for input, you have nothing. Then when I'm talking, you
want
to talk over me.
You already spoke for 5 minutes on the thing.
Because you have nothing to say. I remember from yesterday's conversation.
But you covered everything. What's there to say?
Thank you, because I'm a genius.
Oh my god, Fungulo.
Over-communicating is...
Okay, point 3 now. Let's go.
One of my strong suits.
Done.
Over-communicating. Okay? Because I'm misunderstood. I'm very misunderstood. So I appreciate when people... I'm very misunderstood, and at times I'm closed off. So I appreciate when people... When I say I'm fine, like, I appreciate when people don't leave it at I'm fine. Like, I'm clearly not fine, right? And also... I'm misunderstood a lot. Like, I don't explain things in the proper way that I mean them. In my head, it works. The explanation makes sense, but sometimes it can come off as harsh or naive or whatever, and people are twisted, and people are like, "What?"
You know,
like my kiss theory.
Do you know what I do in my head while you're talking? I repeat
blah,
myself.
Blah, 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 blah,
no, that's not what I do. I repeat over and over what I want to say
Thank
so that I
God.
don't forget it.
Thank God. Now, what did you want to say?
What I wanted to say was, in a momento, I gotta pull out a file. What if some people don't like to communicate as much as you like to communicate? Sometimes they just need
then the relationship isn't gonna work.
Let's say they don't want to communicate at that time. They just need
okay, that's fine. I have boundaries too, bitch.
What was that for?
Because you
seriously, what was that for?
Because this is what that's for, and maybe this is misinterpreted, but
that was not called for.
Mom.
No, that was
it
not
is because you're trying to make me look bad.
No, I'm not trying.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are. You're like, oh, you like to over communicate.
No, I didn't.
That's what you were saying. I read between the lines.
Oh my God, you are dumb. See how dumb you are?
Why are you calling me dumb again?
Listen.
You're giving permission for everybody else to call me dumb.
No, they're not allowed to call you dumb.
Yeah?
I'll go after their throats.
No, that's not true. That was your advice yesterday, is don't call them dumb because then you give them permission, and look at you constantly calling me dumb.
Shut up, you talk too much. Listen. What was I saying? Yeah, sometimes people just need maybe that 24-hour rule or the 12-hour rule.
Did I say that wasn't okay?
Or the 6-hour rule.
I didn't say
or the 3-hour rule.
That has nothing to do with over communicating. I didn't say you have to over communicate instantly. Did I?
Move on.
Did I?
I don't know what you said.
I didn't.
You said so much, I can't remember what you said.
Shut your mouth. That's another insult. You're trying to put me down.
I'm not.
Yeah, you are.
No, I'm not.
Okay, it's really annoying. Stop drinking! Stop it! Literally, Mom, see, you put these things on me, and I hate it. It literally
triggers on yourself.
No, it triggers me because you're like, oh, what if that person wants to cool down? I never said they couldn't cool down. I just said over communicate. I never said, oh, we have to sit down. And then we have to sit down right at that moment and act like nothing's okay and act like everything's okay and act civil. I never said that. If the person needs to cool down after yelling at each other, then yes. Go take a walk. Go cool down. We can talk about it in 24 hours. But what I'm saying is we have to talk about it. We can't just brush it under the rug and not communicate. You must communicate.
Yeah, I think 24 hours is too long.
It is too long because at that point, you've settled and you've moved past it after 24 hours. Like, at least give it a couple of hours.
Yeah.
And it shouldn't be on the other person to know that you need to cool down and take a walk if that's what you need to do. It'd be great to, collect your thoughts and then talk about it right away. Right. However, some people need to take a walk, go for a grocery shop, go to the gym for an hour, and then come back, and then talk about it.
Is it okay with you that,
But one,
is it okay?
Don't go talk to other people about it before you talk to them about it.
Is it also okay, not with you, is it okay that you talk about it and then the conversation can stop and then come revisit it again within a few hours or the next day?
Yeah, why wouldn't that be okay?
Process needs to go in. I don't know. Some people just, once they talk the 5 minutes, they're done and over with.
I mean, there's a time and place though. If it's like feels unfinished or you haven't agreed to disagree on something, then sure, take the half a day apart and rethink the conversation in your head. And I think what I have a strength at is questioning my own actions and thoughts. Like, I'm not quick to put the blame on other people. When I calm down, I'm like, okay, was I being irrational? Was I overthinking it? Was I being dramatic? And I have that humility to like question my things, to have clarity, because in the moment, maybe it's something big to me, but then when I actually step out of the situation, think about it, and reevaluate my actions and everything, then I can say, like, no, this is something that's a big deal, that matters. Or I can say, I don't know why I overreacted, and get to the bottom of it and figure it out, but at least I have the humility to say I overreacted, Which is why that's good. I just need to find somebody that will like stick it out with me. And well, this is part of my standards, right? I want somebody that's ambitious. I need somebody that can laugh, that has a sense of humor with me. I need somebody that can be spontaneous. And I also need somebody that is open-minded, so that when we do have arguments or disagreements or whatever, it's never pushed under the rug. It's never not wanted to be talked about. Like, I need to like just talk it through with me. You know, let's understand each other and where we're coming from.
Yeah, marriage will last longer.
Exactly. The friendship will last longer. I think
will last longer.
Stuff just ends too quickly because people don't take the time to understand where the other person's coming from. And fine, if you don't agree with the premise or their conclusion, that's fine. You can agree to disagree, but at least understand how they got there so that you can understand how they are in their thought process, you know? And that's why these 4 things is what I need in a relationship. Otherwise, I don't think that it's going to work. And I need somebody to understand my mind because my mind, first of all, I've been through so much in life that, one, my 2 best friends are turning 30 this year. And I'm turning 25. Like, I'm at a much more mature level than most 24-year-olds are at because of my life experience. Yeah. Most, I said. I didn't say all. I said most. Well, you're shaking your head like, meh. No, most 24-year-olds are still living at home with their parents and doing squat all, okay? So don't give me that. Don't discount my life experience.
I'm not. You've done great.
I'm just saying, like,
you have a
because
lot
of
of
my
experience.
blindness, my homeless, my moving countries, like,
Yes.
all of that has
Yes.
put life into a deeper meaning and perspective for me that you don't get until you're
Yeah.
40,
30,
50, right?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, I've had all these life experiences that people need to understand why my brain works the way it works.
You're an overthinker too. Your eyelashes look really good.
I'm an overthinker, but that also means I'm an overlover and I'm an overcarer, and I'm not an overthinker all the time. I've actually toned that down a little bit. But just because, but I
used to drive you crazy.
I did used to drive me crazy, but now I know in this last year I figured out that my brain can lie to me. I never thought that was possible. Like, I never thought that I could go against myself, basically. And I figured that out in, like, February or March of last year.
I always tell you, you're your worst nightmare.
I know, enemy, but I honestly didn't know that my brain could lie to me. And then I don't know how, like, I came about that revelation, but I did, and I was like, oh, I need to really think about what I'm thinking
right?
about. Like, you know? So, I don't know where I was going with that, but yeah, I do overthink, but I've toned it down because, I was gonna say, just because I overthink, like, just because I like having deep conversations or meaningful conversations, you could say. No, but just because I like that doesn't mean it's constantly on my mind. I'm still very lighthearted and carefree and, like, can dab and dance in the street, you know? Like, just because I meet somebody, I'm not thinking about love and relationships and all these deep things. I'm just thinking about having fun.
Are you better at turning it off now?
Yeah, I was always able to turn it off. What are you talking about? Overthinking, and these are 2 different things we're talking about, Mom.
You're constantly thinking.
No, Mom, I'm not, though. You have no idea what's in my head. You can't say I'm constantly thinking.
You could tell from your stress levels.
Everyone is thinking all the time. No, Mom, my stress levels, those are completely different things, Mom. There's so many things stressing me out. How can you just say it's me overthinking? It's not. What, I'm not supposed to think about my health problems?
Yes.
And how is that not always on your mind? It is when it's smack dab in front of you.
If it's on my mind 24/7, it's on your mind.
I'm just saying, you can't say that I can't be like this. You're telling me that I can't be like this. Well, too bad, I am like this. And I'm not going to change it because I like thinking about these things. I like thinking about love. I like thinking about relationships. I like thinking about career. I like thinking about purpose. I like thinking about health. I like thinking about cities. I like thinking about life, okay? But this is what you don't understand, and you keep putting this on me. I don't always think about these things. Just because I talk about them does not mean I'm thinking about them 24/7. There's a difference.
We got clarification now.
For you, is it getting through your thick skull? It's really not. You're acting like it's a joke.
You just clarified.
Yeah, you are.
Think all the time.
You're acting like it's a freaking joke, man. It's not a joke. You shut up.
Did I say shut up?
Yeah?
No, I didn't.
You said, oh, shut up.
No, I didn't.
I swear to God you said that. I'll listen to this back. Nothing. I have nothing. Okay, we were going to go on
the
this
next point.
The next point was try new things together.
Yes.
Even if one of you is typically more adventurous than the other, have fun with it. Trying new things gets an individual out of their comfort zone, and it's often easier as a couple, allowing you both to grow stronger together. Sorry, go ahead.
Same interests and different interests.
Right. You can bring the other into your world too, but you do have to have similar interests for a basis.
Absolutely.
And I guess core values have to be similar.
Core values and similar interests too.
Yeah.
You can't just be opposite attracts. It's not cool.
Right.
You gotta be like a yin yang.
I think opposite attracts at the beginning because it's like exciting because it's a new person's world that you haven't really been exposed to. But I think that if there are too many opposites, that's like, you know, if one of you cares about religion and the other one doesn't, that's huge. If one of you wants to have kids and one doesn't, that's huge. If one of you is okay with traveling and
the other one doesn't,
moving, and the other one wants to stay in the same place, which is fine either way, that's a big thing. That's a big opposite.
One's spontaneous, the other one's not.
Yeah, and if one is not, you know, down to try new things, blah, blah, blah. But also, I think that this is important too, not just because of that, try new things together, because I think that shared experiences are bonding moments. Like, they bring you closer together, right? So if you go through something with somebody, or if you go somewhere with somebody and you have an experience with them, shared experience is how you make friends, essentially. So that'll strengthen a bond for a relationship. I think that's really good. Anyways, okay, 4, be each other's champion. I love this one.
Yeah.
Celebrate wins and encourage each other.
Yeah.
Bring home champagne after a promotion at work. Back each other up when engaging in the battle with your heathen toddler. Work out together, etc. Never cut the person down when they're struggling.
Yep.
1000%.
1000%.
I've read this thing on Pinterest that was like, a relationship isn't 50-50 all the time. Sometimes it's 80-20. Sometimes it's 90-10. Sometimes it's 60-40. One person might need 80.
Some person might only need 20 on
right,
one end.
Exactly.
The other, you know, the spouse or whatever partner may just need more that day, and the other person needs less. So
I just think
it's going to be different every day.
Yeah. I think in general, like, being your other champion is like the best thing you can do. Like,
and not
just
keeping
support.
Score.
Yeah, not keeping score. That's another one, Mom. You're taking that away from the next point.
I was putting it at this point.
No, but I think being each other's champion is like, why not encourage the other person? I like healthy roasting, you know, like, oh my god, your hair looks like Bart Simpson or Marge Simpson or whatever, or like, you're getting a little pudgy.
People can't handle that, though.
Oh, come on.
I know.
If my significant other told me I was gaining a little bit of weight, I would be happy.
Yeah,
I would be like, thank you for telling me.
You're becoming voluptuously plump.
Like, they're still gonna, if I say it, I still love you. I'm still with you, unless you're getting like a fat slob and have no ambition anymore and can't laugh and you're miserable. Then we got a problem and we got to figure out the issue.
Or if they're mean about it.
Exactly.
Yeah, if it's said in a joking way, then
not even
fine.
a joking way. You can mean it. Like, when I told my brother he was getting fat, it's because of concern. Okay, he was getting really
fat. How you say it. You gotta be careful how you say things.
I don't know. I really don't take offense to that, because it goes with the whole like valuing your own opinion of yourself. If I think I'm fat and someone else calls me fat, I'm like, I know, I need to lose a few pounds. And if I'm not, then and they call me fat, I'm like, you crazy, you know?
Your head is fat.
So, anyways. Okay, 5 is be grateful for each other's contributions. Whether it be money, time, chores, childcare, or anything else, no one contribution is greater than the other. And don't keep score. If you truly value each other's input, then the scoreboard shouldn't and doesn't matter.
It shouldn't even exist. I don't think a scoreboard should exist. If you're a stay-home parent and you're one that works... The one that works all day, okay, he's mentally exhausted or physically exhausted, but that person staying at home is also physically exhausted and mentally exhausted at the same time. Housework and taking care of kids is not easy. Right? Even if the kids are at school all day, you still got shit to do throughout the day.
Yeah, of course.
You know?
And it's you're raising your child. That's a big thing. I mean, making money is a big thing too, because you need to support the family, but it's equally as big to raise a child. You're literally raising a human being that is going to grow up, and eventually when you're shit in the bed, they got to take care of you. So you're going to either raise them really well or not.
I don't know about that. I don't know.
What do you mean? When you start peeing yourself and forgetting where your house is?
Not gonna forget my house is. Yes, probably.
You're not gonna pee yourself?
No, but I'll probably forget where my house is. Yeah.
Oh my god, that's funny, Mom. I don't know why you think you're gonna have Alzheimer's. Literally,
because
every one of our generations has died from old age or cancer. And
mostly old age.
Mostly old age.
Cancer, but
only your dad of cancer.
I'll tell you, yeah. Where that comes from, it stems from way back in high school, and I discovered it way back in high school that I'm going to end up with it because...
Why? You put that on yourself, you're manifesting it, I'm calling it. Anyways, okay, 6. This is the last one, and it's huge.
Is it?
It's the most important ingredient for a relationship.
Tell
I
me.
think.
What is it?
Trust and respect each other.
Oh, yeah.
Especially in front of others, including your children. If you do not respect your spouse in front of other people, why should those people respect your spouse? Enough said. Trust, first of all, is the number one thing for me, and respect. Both of those things equally are the basis of a good relationship, that I think that after those things, you can work on anything. Like, you can get through anything if you have trust and respect, I think. Unless they're cheating on you, but that breaks the trust. So that's a different issue. But I think you can work through anything if your basis is trust and respect. Listen, you can trust the other person, but not respect them, and that's degrading. Why would you want your spouse to not respect you, right? So
I say trust and respect comes with everything. Everything that has been said before that.
Yeah.
That's trust and respect all the way through that whole list.
Yeah.
That didn't even need to be on there. Like it needed to be
absolutely needs to be on there.
It needed to be noted, but I think at the beginning,
like with the teammates thing?
Yeah. And then all these points, everything together is trust and respect. If you're working as a team.
Yeah, but you can try new things together and not trust or respect the other person, Mom.
What?
One of them is try new things together. You can try new things with a person, but not trust or respect them.
Explain.
What I mean is that you can have a friend and go to Niagara Falls with them and not trust them or respect them. How do you not understand that? How do you not understand that? I have a friend who I hang out with. Mm-hmm. Do I trust and respect them? Not necessarily.
Then why would you go to Niagara Falls with them? Or anywhere?
Okay, it's not Eric.
No. Oh my god. Has that to do with
well, you just said, why would you go to Niagara Falls with them? I'm not talking about.
Example.
The Niagara Falls was the first thing that I thought.
That has nothing to do.
Anyway,
where you went and what you did.
Yeah, this is not a real life example.
No,
oh
I'm
god,
just saying,
this
like,
is sounding so bad.
And that's the example you gave. But why would you go with someone to the corner store if you don't trust them?
Because you don't trust all your friends. Do you? You don't trust everybody that you...
No, I wouldn't go to the corner store if I didn't trust them.
What?
I wouldn't go with them if I didn't trust them.
Why?
Because I might not come back or something. Like, what do you mean trust? Like, what?
I gave my phone to the waiter yesterday.
I know.
Do I trust him?
No, I wouldn't have. I would have said,
I don't. But do you see what I'm saying? You can still do things with other people that you don't trust and respect.
This was my thought. I wouldn't have given my phone. I would have told the chef to come out here and check it.
Excuse me. We take an Uber from the airport to home. Right. Do you trust the Uber driver?
It's documented.
No, you don't trust him. But you went somewhere with him.
But it's documented.
But you don't trust and respect him, do you?
Well, I don't know him to respect
Exactly.
him.
Do you know what I'm saying?
But it's.
Do you get what I'm saying? Do you get my point? You don't have to trust and respect somebody to try new things with them. You go to a cooking class, no one there. You're trying new things. You're cooking together. Do you trust and respect everyone in the room? You don't know them to trust and respect them. Do you see what I'm saying? Forget it. Forget it.
Gotcha, Abby.
Whatever.
I gotcha.
It's not black and white, but...
Right.
I'm just saying.
Yep.
Trust and respect is the basis foundation of a relationship, in my opinion. If there's no trust, there's no relationship. Respect can be worked on too, but I also think that's extremely important.
But I just said, I think all the other points that you pointed out...
That I read from a thread.
That you read from the thread, pointed out.
I don't want to take credit for it. It's not mine.
But I just said that you pointed out, you mentioned that it was from a thread on a Twitter thread, that all those bases, if you cover all those bases in a relationship, you have trust and respect. Is that separate from everything that was on that thread?
Trying new things does not give you trust and respect is what I'm trying to say. No, they're separate things. To try new things with somebody, you don't necessarily have to trust and respect them.
Okay.
Let's say you do something with your boss that you hate and don't respect and don't trust. Mm-hmm. But you're doing something, you're trying a new thing with them. Do you have to trust and respect them?
I guess.
After you try a new thing with somebody, does that necessarily mean that you come back and you have to trust and respect them?
for the record, I like my bosses.
It's not.
I know.
Oh my God.
People could take that the wrong way.
I'm just trying to give you an example because
know.
not everybody does. And
No,
that's the universal person that I could think of for somebody that you don't trust and respect.
Right. That one may not trust or respect.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The universal thing that one may not trust and respect.
Right.
Like, I couldn't think of anybody else.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say.
Okay. That, you made the point there.
Your ex that you
made the
have
point
breakup
there.
sex with or you get together with after the fact.
Right.
Do you trust and respect them?
I don't know.
No. Maybe not.
Right.
For me, all my exes I choose good people. So I do trust and respect them even after the fact. This is a whole nother topic.
What the hell? Where did you go there? What kind of turn did you take on that one?
See, this is why I need somebody to understand my brain because sometimes things do not come out right.
Yeah, that totally.
But do you know what I'm saying?
No, that totally.
No,
took
do
a
you know
left.
what I'm saying
No, the boss thing.
about my brain? Do you get what I'm saying? How sometimes things don't come out right.
Yeah, that I understand.
In my head, it makes sense.
Okay, that I understood. You clarified it with a boss thing or another person or the cab driver or whatever. Then you totally took a. I don't know where the hell you went with that.
Because anything that has to do with sex, you can't talk about. Just like the birds and the bees conversation, nothing. That's why when I say things like that, you're like, I don't know where your head went. Oh my God, my daughter is talking about sex. That's how it happens in your mind.
What's wrong with you?
Okay, anyways, guys, that's the end of our podcast.
It is?
Yeah, 41 minutes. Is that enough for you?
Thank you.
Hopefully it's recorded. All right.
If it's not recorded, I'm not doing this over
Okay,
again.
we'll see you guys next Sunday.
Bye.
Bye. Have a good one. Good one. Good one.